श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किकेसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्ग्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृति पराशरमुनिं वन्दे कृतपौर्वान्निकक्रियं मैत्रेय परिपप्रच्छ प्रणिबध्याभिवाद्य च श्रीवासरङ्गपरकालमुनित्रयाप्तलक्ष्मात्मरक्षणदित्युकागमान्तम् आचार्यभक्तिपरिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपालदेशिकमुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः. So we have been enjoying Vishnu Puranam, and it's really a blessing and fortune that we have been given an opportunity to go through at least an iota of what the Vishnu Puranam says, and we are blessed to have that sharing of that anubhavam with you all. So we saw the Rukmini Parinayam, the Rukmini Kalyanam, and Shambarasura Vadham, all that we enjoyed. Now, in this week, today, we are going to enjoy the Narakasura Vadham. We know the festival, the grand festival that we celebrate, Deepavali, is because of the Narakasura Vadham. And we will enjoy that, how Swami Sage Parasara narrates the Narakasura Vadham to Sage Maitreya. So we know about the Devendra, the Indra, the chief of Devas, and Devendra came to Dwaraka to see Krishna. He came in his Airavatam, the white elephant. He came and he performed his namaskaram to Krishna, and he told Krishna, he knows who is Krishna. He is none other than the Supreme Lord, Sriman Narayana. So instead of going to the Milky Ocean, the Parkadal, and go through Chaturmukha Brahma, pray on everyone's behalf, Brahma would talk to Sriman Narayana and appeal. Now that he has taken an avataram as Krishna, Devendra came straight to Dwaraka and informed Krishna about the atrocities of Narakasura. Narakasura came out on this earth when Lord Perumal Sriman Narayana took Varaha Avataram, and he was born, he came out of the earth Bhudevi, and he is so called Bhudevi's son, and even hence he was more terrible than Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The Ayudham, the Vajrayudham of Devendra was completely powerless in front of Narakasura. And whether it is the Dikbalakas, the people who guarded the directions, the Agni, the fire god, demigod, the Varuna, the rain god, and the other Devatas, everybody was powerless. He defeated all the Devatas, and except he did not go to Rudra to fight, because he thought Rudra was a sage, saint, a tapasvi, and hence he did not bother to disturb his penance. And what our Narakasura did, he went and confiscated even the royal umbrella of Devendra. He took the Meru Parvatam of Devendra. He took the Kundalam, the ear rings made of precious gems of Aditi, the mother of Devas. The Aditi was the mother of Devas, and he took the Kundalams, the ear studs, ear rings, which were quite invaluable, the precious gems. He took that, and he wanted to take away the Airavatam, the white elephant also. And he had also carried away the Devakannikas, the 16,100 Devatas, the Devakannikas, born out of Devas, the kings, and all of them. So Indra went and informed Krishna that we are completely burdened with Naraka's atrocities. We are not able to conquer him. He has been creating a havoc in Devalokam. Please reduce the burden of our earth. burden of our lokam, Devalokam, by killing Narakasura. Krishna said, Masuchaga, do not worry, I am here. And he immediately called or thought of his celestial bird, Garuda. Vedatma Vihakeshwaro. He is the Veda Swarupi, the Garuda. Garuda was adorned by the garlands of snakes, and the sounds of his wings were like the Vedas. So the golden hue of the Garuda's body, along with that of the sun, it made the directions brightened with golden color. And his body was shining like the gems at the head of the snake. And Vedanta Desika in Yadava Abhyutayam explains so beautifully about this Garuda in this. So his big shoulders of Garuda were like the Mantra mountain. He was so huge, and he stood in front of Krishna with the usual pose of one knee bent and the other knee straight, as if he seemed to perform a kaikaryam right away then and there. And what happened? Garuda was humble with devotion, but was lofty and majestic. And he was like the personification of energy. So when Krishna made the arrangements for the fight with Naraka, Garuda patted his shoulders and shook his wings, which appeared that he is fanning the Vedas, which were oppressed by those who were contesting the Asuras, and the others, the non-Vedic people who were distorting the Vedic statements. So Garuda raised Jaya Gosham, the victory slogan, Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna, and Krishna mounted on Garuda to ride on Garuda. He also called Satyabhama, because Satyabhama is one of his spouse, Rukmini Satyabhama. So Satyabhama came along with Krishna on this fight. So they were going towards Pragya Jyotishapuram. Pragya Jyotishapuram is the capital city of Narakasura. So he sent off Indra, Devendra back with encouraging words, and Krishna and Satyabhama sat down on the big majestic Garuda, and they were going. So to indicate the speed of Garuda, the Yadavas in Dwaraka and the Asuras of Pragjotishapura, they witnessed, because the Yadavas at Dwaraka saw the taking off of Garuda. At the same time, the Asuras in Pragjotishapura saw the landing of Garuda, arrival of Garuda. So there was no time lapsed between the two acts, the takeoff and the landing. So Krishna destroyed the demon Mura. Mura was supposed to be the minister, prime minister or chief minister of Narakasura. And Mura himself was one of the Asuras. So Krishna, the moment he landed, he destroyed the demon Mura and the demon Panchajana, and also the 7,000 sons of Mura with one flinging of Chakraidam. He sent the divine resplendent Chakraidam, Jaya Jaya Sri Sudarshana, and he sent the Chakraidam, the Sudarshana Alvan, and cut asunder the entire gang of Mura, Panchajana, the Asuran, and the 7,000 sons of Mura. So Narakasuran, immediately he came out of his city. And here Vedanta Desika mentions that Naraka looked like the manifestation of Ahankara, the arrogance. He emerges out of the great city, the Mahat. The Ahankara Tattvam evolving out of the Mahat Tattvam, coming out of the Mula Prakriti. So we saw in the first or second week of Vishnu Puranam, there is a Mula Prakriti, the primordial matter, and from which comes the Mahat Tattvam. And from Mahat Tattvam comes Ahankaram. And from Ahankaram, we saw that the five Pancha Bhutangal and the Pancha Indriyangal, Karmendriyangal, and the universe, Prapancham, all that came. So now Vedanta Desika mentions in Yadavabhyutayam as well as in Vishnu Puranam, it says that the manifestation of it looked like the manifestation of Ahankara, the Naraka. So the destruction of Naraka is the symbolic of Ahankara. And the Asuras surrounding the Naraka are compared to those who are completely distorting or ignoring or indifferent to the context of Vedas. So like that the Naraka was described. So the dust that was raised by the four kinds of army, Rata Gaja Turaka Padati. Rata Gaja Turaka Padati means the chariots, Ratam, Gaja the elephants, Turaga the cavalry, the horses, the Padadi the soldiers. They were completely cut off the vision, as if their Rajaguna, which was uppermost, was engulfed by the Sattva Guna. So here there was a torrential shower of arrows from the Asuras, like the clouds concealing all the directions, pouring heavy downpour, raining cats and dogs on the sea. Now the Lord was not at all affected, just like his own devotees who are not affected by any calamity. When we surrender to the Perumal Sriman Narayana, we are never scared, because Bhayam Nasti Kadachana, there is no Bhayam. All the Bhayam are removed, because the Bhayam is removed because of the strength, the blessing, the grace, the Daya of Krishna. So we become Nirbharo Nirbhayosmi, no Bharam, no Bhayam, because we have already performed our Sharanagati, surrendered. So here the devotees are not affected, nor the Lord is affected of these arrows. From the bow of the Lord, Sargam, the Sargam is the divine bow of the Lord. Arrows come simply showered, as if they were coming from the mountain to the sea, and they cut the sea of army of the enemies into two. And there was nobody who witnessed the act of Krishna fixing the arrows in the bow. They only saw the falling of Asuras on the ground. They only kept seeing the fall of Asuras and the entire Asura army. So it was heavy torrential downpour of arrows. The efforts of the Asuras to hurt others recoiled on them, back to them. So when a stupid fellow argues against a Pandita, whatever the words that he gives, he gets caught by those arguments, by the effective opposition, debate from the Pandita. So similarly, now Krishna's arrows simply went awry on the Asuras. So here Krishna wanted to kill the Narakasura, because this Narakasura was amazed at the fact that the entire army was killed by Krishna. He emerged out of the city with several again arms, and Naraka came out and stood firm. He looked around and saw Krishna seated on Garuda, and with him his wife Satyabhama. Krishna looked like a Megha Shyamala, Neela Megha Shyamala, the dark rain-bearing clouds. I can see straight through my window. It's completely dark outside, reminding us of the Lord Sri Krishna, and with a streak of lightning across illuminating it. Naraka sent an astra by name Shatagni. The army which was attacking Krishna and Garuda was completely destroyed by Krishna's arrows, and the elephants were almost all killed or wounded by Garuda and Krishna. Naraka was very angry, since his astra became completely futile. against Krishna. He fought with ferocity, with rage, with anger, with strength, but he could not upset even Garuda, even a bit. The divine bird, Vedatma Vihakeshwaro, the Veda Swarupi, he stood firm as a small mountain-like bird. Naraka now used his Shakti and tried to hurt the bird. That also proved ineffective. Naraka decided that he would try to kill Krishna. So he took up his Trisulam, the trident. Even before he could hurl it, Krishna threw his chakram and severed the head of Narakasura from his body. Even before the Trishulam was sent, the Chakraidam went and cut the Narakasura's head. There was a heavy, great jubilation, great joy from the Devalokam when they saw the head of Naraka falling on the ground. Bhuma Devi, the mother of Naraka, came to Krishna, Bhuma Devi, because from Bhuma Devi came Naraka. So she considers Narakasura as her own son. So she placed at his feet, Krishna's feet, the earrings of Aditi, the kundalams which Narakasura had taken from the Devalokam, the earrings of the Aditi, the royal umbrella of Devendra, which was the insignia of even Varuna Deva. And finally, she gave Krishna the jeweled peak of the mountain Meru. It is a golden peak of the Meru mountain, which was also taken away, abducted by Narakasura. She stood with folded palms in front of Krishna and praised Krishna. Bhagavan, ages back, when I had been taken to the other world by Hiranyakshan, you only took the form of huge Varaha Avataram, Varaha Rupam, the huge boar, and lifted me out of the trouble. And from the troubled waters, you carried me out, killing Hiranyaksha. And this because the Naraka was born to me, you gave him to me, and you have yourself now taken him away from me. Please have daya on me and spare this son of Naraka and let him live. Krishna raised the son of Naraka, Narakasura's son, and she had placed at his feet. Holding his hand, Krishna entered the city called Prajyotisha. Then he saw inside the prison many beautiful women, 16,100 women. Because Narakasura, defeating so many kings, so many devas, so many nagas, he brought with him the young maidens who were to be found in the cities he had conquered. There were 16,100 maidens. He sent them all to Dwaraka. Krishna sent them all to Dwaraka. He also sent 64 white elephants, which were the pride of Naraka, to Dwaraka city. Taking the kundalas of Aditi in his hands, he went to the Devalokam and he returned them himself to Devendra. And so Satyabhama and Krishna were carried by Garuda to the Devalokam. So Indra received them with great excitement, joy, and gratitude. He honored Krishna, who was their savior. As always, Devendra, the Devas, were saved by Krishna every time. Because he is Apad Pandavan, Anada Rakshakan, Apad Sakha. He is a friend in need. He is the one whom we can always go to and he would save. And Devendra did the same. As always, he went and appealed to Krishna, and now Krishna has got him back the glories. So Indrani also welcomed Satyabhama, the Devendra's wife, and the earthly couple spent some time in Devalokam. One, after maybe few moments or few days, Satyabhama and Krishna were loitering and wandering in the Devalokam. And Satyabhama saw a tree called Parijatha tree. Parijatha tree, it had flowers whose perfume was not yet known to the earth. It was a Deva Vriksham, Devaloka tree. Satyabhama fell in love with the tree and the fragrant flowers. So she asked Krishna, can you help me to get this tree back to our Dwaraka so that we can have fragrant flowers for us? Krishna told Indira, Devendra, that he would like to take the Parijatha tree with him because his spouse Satyabhama liked it. She wanted it. She loves it. You know what Devendra did? He refused. Devendra, just few days back or few moments back, was so grateful to Krishna for having saved Devendras and given back the royal insignia of the Devalokam of Varuna, the umbrella, the Atithi's kundalam, and killing Narakasura. He is a savior. He is the one who humbled Devendra by lifting the Govardhanagiri for 7 days. Because all this, except for Sriman Narayana, all of us, including Devendra, including Brahma, all the Devatas, regardless, they are all caught by the Trigunas, Sattva Guna, Rajasa Guna, Tamasa Guna. More often than not, they are under the influence of Rajasa Guna and Tamo Guna. Tamo Guna is mode of ignorance. Rajasa Guna is mode of passion. Sattva Guna is mode of purity. So, when we are in Sattva Guna, we feel like reciting stotrams, Vishnu Sahasranamam, listen to these regardless of who speaks. Whereas when we are in the Rajasa Guna, we are caught by anger, by lust, by desire. And Rajoguna, lethargy, laziness, sleepy, and jealousy. Now Devendra is arrogant. He is proud that he is Devendra. This is Devaloka tree. How dare a earthly woman ask for it? How can you take to the Bhulokam? Where are you and where am I? I am the Devendra. That attitude comes into his mind. So he said Indra refused to give, since he felt that things belonging to the Devalokam should not be seen on the earth. Earth? Parijatha tree? Come on, no way. Krishna was amused. He started smiling because you were not even there few days back. You went and hid because of the fear from Narakasura. He was angry with Indra and his behavior. And he pulled out the tree from the garden, the Parijatha tree, and he placed it on Garuda. And he returned to Dwaraka. Indra could not digest. Devendra could not digest. He came in mid-air when Garuda was flying and he fought with Krishna. That's what we also do several times. We forget even Perumal. There are people who have been helping us all the time. Our friends, our parents, our spouse, our children, very many people. All the time they have been helpful. And probably once, they make a mistake or their words are misunderstood by us. We never forget that. We stop talking to them. We become so antagonized by that. We become ferocious. We are angered by their actions, by their behavior. It may be right, it may be wrong, it may be misunderstood by us. Maybe they are in the mode of ignorance or mode of passion, Rajo, Tamo Guna, because they are also, after all, human beings. Even Sita was telling Hanuman, because Hanuman wanted to kill all the Rakshasis after Ravana was killed. He went back to Sita and wanted to inform that we have won, we are taking you back. That time he saw the Rakshasas. Give me a nod, I will crush them with my hands. These Rakshasas who have been torturing you for a year. Sita said, Na kaschit na aparadhyati. Who has not erred in this world? Who has not made a mistake in this world? That is uttered by the Pirati, Mahalakshmi. What about us? So let's be forgiving for even some actions of our dear, near and dear. Here, Indra could not digest. Indra was saved by Krishna. He could have simply given as a gift. And so Indra, heavenly host was scattered. And Indra was vanquished. Indra was completely conquered by Krishna in the war. Krishna brought the tree and had it placed in Satyabhama's garden in Dwaraka. Indra, who had fallen at the feet of Krishna, asked such a great favor of him when he was troubled by Narakasura. He had his wish granted by Krishna. And now, when his desire was fulfilled, the mind of Indra became again clouded with arrogance, ego, anger, pride born out of wealth and power. He would not give a simple tree to Krishna. Strange are the habits or the behavior or the mindset. And it is not with Krishna. It's not with Devendra. It's with each one of us. Let's pray to the Lord to give us to give us no such attitudes, so that this incident should teach us a lesson. Now, having got this Narakasura Vadham, having heard, now what I would like to say, because of Narakasura's Vadham, this Narakasura Vadham was declared by Krishna as the celebration by each one of us for Deepavali. And that is why the Deepavali is being celebrated for Narakasura Vadham. So here Narakasura Vadham has been described in Vishnu Puranam, and even this Satyabhama bringing this Parijaatha tree is talked about Alvars in Alvar Pasurams. Now, the Devas could have simply gifted this Narakasura after Narakasura Vadham. They could have gifted the Parijatha tree. Still, he did not give. So here, Yennadan Devikku Inbappu Iyadar. Here, when Krishna and Satyabhama were honored by Devatas, they did not give the Parijatha Pushpam to Satyabhama to keep on her hair, because she belongs to the human being. Only the Devas trees can adorn their hair with this Parijatha tree. And Periyalvar Tirumazhi, they say, Karpaga Kavu Karudiya Kadalikku Ippoluthu Evan என்று இந்திரன் காவினில் நிற்பன செய்து நிலாத்திகள் முற்றத்துள் உய்த்தவன் என்னை புறம்புகுவான் உம்பர்கோன் என்னை புறம்புல்குவான். So he says the Satyabhama did not ask for some precious gems or anything. She only wanted those flowers. The moment she wanted that flower, Bhuma Pirati, Satyabhama, he did not, like us, Krishna did not say, okay, I will get you tomorrow, I will get you next month. He never said. He wanted to immediately get for his spouse then and there. Ippoluthe even, I will right now give you Bhama, do not worry. So immediately he asked Devendra. When he refused, he went and plucked the tree, placed it on Garuda. And that's what is Krishna. He immediately gives what we ask for. Adiye. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmi Adiye.